Cassandra Nova is a character from Marvel Comics who serves as a major villain, primarily associated with the X-Men. Created by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely, she first appeared in New X-Men, #114 in 2001. Cassandra Nova is depicted as the twin sister of Professor Charles Xavier, Professor X. She is a powerful psychic entity with formidable telepathic abilities and a deep-seated hatred for humanity and mutantkind alike. Her malevolent goals often involve manipulating and destroying both the X-Men and the mutant population. One of her most significant and devastating acts was orchestrating the genocide of the mutant population on Genosha, a fictional island nation within the Marvel Universe. This act of mass murder had a profound impact on the X-Men and the broader mutant community. Cassandra Nova's complex background and her personal vendetta against Xavier make her a particularly compelling and dangerous foe. Introducing Cassandra Nova, the dark twin of Charles Xavier. In the intricate tapestry of Marvel Comics, where heroes and villains clash in epic narratives, few characters evoke the same level of psychological and existential dread as Cassandra Nova. Introduced in the early 2000s by writer Grant Morrison and artist Frank Quitely, Cassandra Nova is a villain whose complexity and menace extend far beyond the typical bounds of comic book antagonists. As the twin sister of Professor Charles Xavier, one of the most revered heroes in the X-Men universe, Nova's story intertwines deeply with themes of identity, power, and destruction, making her a unique and formidable adversary in Marvel's pantheon of villains. Origins and nature. Cassandra Nova's origins are deeply entwined with the history of Charles Xavier, the founder of the X-Men. Her existence was initially unknown to Xavier, who was led to believe he was an only child. However, Nova is revealed to be his twin sister, a fact that redefines their shared history and the scope of her menace. Unlike Xavier, who was born with his mutant powers, Cassandra Nova was conceived as a malevolent psychic entity. She represents a dark reflection of Xavier's ideals and capabilities, embodying the very fears and insecurities that he has worked to overcome. The genesis of a villain. Cassandra Nova's introduction is both shocking and revelatory. Her emergence from the shadows of Xavier's past unveils a character whose evil transcends conventional villainy. She is not merely a mutant with destructive abilities, she is a being whose existence challenges the very foundations of Charles Xavier's mission to protect and advocate for mutantkind. Her malevolence is not just a matter of ambition but a deeply ingrained aspect of her being, driven by a profound resentment and a twisted sense of purpose. Powers and abilities. Cassandra Nova's powers are as formidable as they are terrifying. As a psychic entity, she possesses immense telepathic abilities, allowing her to invade minds, manipulate thoughts, and exert control over others. Her psychic prowess is so advanced that she can mentally dominate entire populations, a feat she demonstrates through various catastrophic events. In addition to her telepathic skills, Nova's powers extend to telekinesis, giving her control over physical matter. This combination of psychic and telekinetic abilities makes her one of the most dangerous and unpredictable adversaries in the Marvel Universe. The Genosha Massacre. One of the most defining moments of Cassandra Nova's villainy is the genocide of the mutant population on Genosha. This tragic event, orchestrated by Nova, showcases her capacity for large-scale destruction and highlights her deep-seated animosity towards mutantkind. The devastation of Genosha, an island nation known for its progressive mutant policies, becomes a symbol of Nova's unchecked rage and her willingness to use her powers to achieve her destructive goals. The massacre not only causes profound grief and loss but also serves as a pivotal turning point in the X-Men's struggle against threats to mutantkind. Conflict with the X-Men. Cassandra Nova's conflict with the X-Men is deeply personal and ideologically charged. Her animosity towards Charles Xavier is rooted in a fundamental clash of values. While Xavier seeks to build a world where mutants and humans coexist peacefully, Nova embodies the antithesis of this vision. Her actions are driven by a desire to prove her superiority and to undermine the very principles Xavier stands for. This personal vendetta fuels her ongoing battles with the X-Men, creating a complex and emotionally charged dynamic between her and the heroes. Psychological depth and themes. Cassandra Nova's character is a study in psychological complexity. Her motivations are not merely driven by a desire for power or control but are deeply intertwined with her sense of identity and her relationship with her brother. Her existence forces a confrontation with themes of duality and the nature of good versus evil. As Xavier's dark twin, Nova represents the shadow side of his own psyche, embodying the fears and flaws that he has worked to overcome. This psychological depth adds layers of intrigue and tragedy to her character, making her more than just a villain but a reflection of the darker aspects of human nature. Impact on the Marvel Universe. Cassandra Nova's influence extends beyond her direct confrontations with the X-Men. Her actions have far-reaching consequences for the mutant community and the broader Marvel universe. The Genosha Massacre, for example, has a profound impact on the narrative, reshaping the dynamics of mutant politics and highlighting the vulnerability of the mutant population. Nova's presence also challenges the X-Men to confront their own beliefs and strategies, forcing them to adapt and evolve in response to her threats. Legacy and evolution. Since her debut, Cassandra Nova has become a significant and enduring figure in the X-Men mythos. Her complex relationship with Charles Xavier and her destructive actions have cemented her place as one of the most intriguing and formidable villains in Marvel Comics. Over time, she has appeared in various storylines and adaptations, further exploring her character and her impact on the X-Men universe. Her legacy is one of both terror and introspection, as she forces characters and readers alike to confront the darker aspects of heroism and identity. Conclusion. Cassandra Nova is a villain whose impact resonates deeply within the Marvel universe. As the twin sister of Charles Xavier, she embodies a dark reflection of his ideals and abilities, presenting a unique and psychologically rich adversary for the X-Men. Her formidable powers, coupled with her deeply personal motivations, make her a character of immense complexity and menace. Through her actions, she challenges the very principles that Xavier and the X-Men strive to uphold, creating a narrative that is as thought-provoking as it is thrilling. Cassandra Nova stands as a testament to the richness of the Marvel Comics universe, where even the most familiar characters can harbor hidden depths and formidable threats. Cassandra Nova came at Marvel New Movie as main antagonist at Deadpoolxwolverine.